Welcome to the holiday edition of Concordia Reports. I'm Derek Allen.
And I'm Lindsay Wood. On today's show, Concordia votes, but for what?
We've listed our favorite holiday movies, and we're ready to share the list with you.
Ow! And we explore one theory about how Santa Claus came to be.
Concordia students took to the polls this week at both the Loyola and Sir George Williams campus. They were voting in Concordia's annual by-election. Among the most discussed balloted items was the issue of whether to raise the fee level for one of the university's student-run newspapers. The Concordian was asking for a levy of 9 cents per credit, from 10 to 19 cents, to cover the cost of old and failing equipment. Results from this and other items on the ballot should be available by early next week.
Maybe for the next election, someone will do something about fixing those escalators in the hall building. Have you ever had to walk all the way up those things?
Many a time. I actually brought the camera downtown to see just how many flights I could make it up without using any of my own strength. So here we are, the mezzanine at Concordia, everyone's halls building. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make the experiment, see how far we can make it up. Let's try it. We made it, not one floor. I think we've proven our point.
Pretty much guaranteed every time I have a class, one of them isn't working, which it's okay. It gives me like my little exercise for the day.
No, I don't think so. Usually what happens is if it's working too well, I have to shut one down.
It's like even if there's one working, you'll know that the next one's not. So.
Have you ever made it all the way up?
No.
I'm tired. It would be nice to just chill out on the way up. That's all.
Don't worry, Derek, I got the next one. Life without money can be pretty frustrating for students, especially around the holidays. Our own Medi Mara takes a look at how some Concordia students are coping.
Adrian wakes up every morning and prepares a one-man breakfast before going to school at Concordia. He's trying to cut from extra money that he would spend at a Starbucks or a Tim Hortons.
In the morning when I wake up, I prepare breakfast so I don't have to spend money on restaurants or cafeterias or something like that. So I prepare it and just whatever for one person, small breakfast.
Christmas just a few weeks away. The savings most students have made has not worked out well due to extracurricular spendings. When Adrian went to receive money from Western Union, to his surprise, the money he has hoped for to use for shopping has not been sent yet. Meanwhile, Adrian attempted to loan money from his credit card, but unfortunately, he has no sufficient funds left for this operation. So he's not pretty much happy about this, especially when Christmas is just a few weeks away. As for Zalika Kamara, it takes longer than expected for her parents to send her money, so she has to make plans in advance.
When you have to ask your parents for the rent money, you ask it like 1 month before so they can send the money in time, because it takes so long for them to send the money, and like the whole process is, well, it's just really hard.
Despite the fees Adrian owed the university, he's still confident that he would be able to manage his budget.
I can manage myself. There's maybe need for some students, but myself, I'm talking about myself, I don't need counseling about that, but it's a good idea still.
However, Zalika is much more conscious about spending less on unnecessary things.
I think I'm just going to reduce the amount of partying.
And spend less.
And spend less on that, but yeah.
For Concordia Report, I'm Medi Mara.
For more information on how to stretch those pennies, visit Concordia's financial aid website. What's your favorite part about Christmas?
The booze.
Me too. And I think I hear Kelly mixing a big glass of holiday cheer in the kitchen right now. Let's check it out.
That's right, Lindsay. I'm going to show you guys how to make 3 holiday drinks today. The first one is called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And to make this drink, you're gonna need some vodka, some Kahlua, some Baileys, some maraschino cherries, a couple cinnamon sticks, and a couple toothpicks. So to make one Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you need about an ounce of each 3 liquors, but I'm making for 2, so you just double it, and you can triple it, or however many drinks you have to make. And one clue is 4 seconds of a small stream is about an ounce, so you don't have to use measuring. So that's 2 ounces of vodka, approximately. And we're gonna put in 2 ounces of Kahlua. And a bit of Baileys. And if you want to make it a little less strong, you can put in a bit less vodka and a bit more Baileys. You can do it to taste. Like that. And I'm going to shake it, make it nice and cold. This one's really easy. We have 2 martini glasses, but you can use any small glass because it's only 3 ounces. So now we're going to make it look like a reindeer. And of course, one thing is that if you have quite a few of these, your own nose will get quite red. So you take a maraschino cherry, you poke it with a toothpick, and you take a cinnamon stick and you insert the toothpick inside so that the cherry is sitting on top of the cinnamon stick, and you put it in. And now your drink has a little red nose. All right, you guys can come on back in. I'm just finishing these up. And here are your Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cocktails.
Very festive colors. I like the brown.
It's a reindeer.
They look like Rudolph's nose. Come on, Derek.
Well, it smells like alcohol, so I'll drink it. We'll be right back with more non-alcoholic holiday cheer right after this. Cheers.
Welcome back. Derek, do you remember that warm, cozy feeling you get around Christmas time?
Yeah, we're talking about the booze, aren't we?
No. Actually, I was talking about the Christmas movies that we used to watch. My favorite was Charlie Brown Christmas.
That movie sucked.
Well, I decided it made our top 5, unlike Jean-Claude Van Damme's Bloodsport, which doesn't make the list.
Well, coming in at number 4 is Will Ferrell in Elf.
Okay, people, Santa's coming to town. Santa! Oh my God! I know him. I know him.
Our number 3 pick was Home Alone.
And coming in at number 2 is Chevy Chase in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
And coming in at number 1 is a well-known tale by a doctor named Seuss about how the Grinch stole Christmas. Derek, who do you think played the best Santa Claus?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen in a fat suit gave me nightmares.
So who is the real Santa Claus? Is he the jolly guy dressed in red who lives at the North Pole? Or is he just a marketing ploy? If you still believe in Santa Claus, I suggest leaving the room right now because Omri Moja is about to ruin Christmas.
Coca-Cola and Santa Claus have long gone hand in hand. In fact, commercials such as this one have become synonymous with the holiday season. But where does the marriage of a jolly fat man and carbonated liquid sugar stem from?
Well, there's a reason why you'll never see the guy in red with the red hat and the white beard in a Pepsi commercial.
Darlene Walsh believes that Coca-Cola has truly shaped the season of giving.
I agree, though, over time and with our own culture, we do adapt, and maybe Santa's changed a little bit over the years, but they definitely played a good role in the image of Santa Claus.
While Coca-Cola might have driven forth the modern-day image of Santa Claus, St. Nick was wearing the big red puffy jacket at least 10 years before this very first advertisement, published in 1931. The red version of Santa Claus was standardized in poster cards all over New York beginning in the early 1900s. The decision to go with red likely stems from the fact that St. Nick was a bishop before achieving sanctity. In any case, the commercials had tremendous success and propelled Coca-Cola into becoming the large corporation it is today. Since then, the holiday season has turned into a huge marketing ploy.
I think that we are now becoming more and more accustomed to seeing advertisements. It's not that odd that we see so many during the Christmas season. If anything, we might almost be looking forward to Christmas advertisements. I know people were lined up outside of the storefront at Ogilvy this morning, so I mean, people are almost expecting it, I would say.
It's interesting to note that as a society becomes more and more secular, Santa Claus is becoming less involved in modern-day advertising. Who knows what new icon corporations will immortalize in the future? We might soon be introduced to the infamous Dreidel Bear. For Concordia Reports, I'm Amri Moga.
You can learn more about Santa conspiracies at Snopes.com. Lindsay?
I'm in the kitchen.
So now we're going to make some eggnog, which is very traditional. But the thing is about eggnog is that these days people aren't so big on raw eggs, right? So we're going to just use the store-bought eggnog, which has preservatives and is not dangerous. But that doesn't mean that you can't make it better. So one thing we're going to do, obviously, is add some alcoholic beverage. People can add whatever they want. All of them add spiced rum or all kinds of things, but I tend to like brandy. So what you have to do when you're adding the alcohol is think of how many glasses are in here and how much alcohol you want in each glass. So let's say there's about 6 glasses in here. You don't want more than half an ounce in each glass because eggnog isn't supposed to be like a very strong alcoholic drink. So about 3 ounces, let's say. And we're done. And you can just make sure it's all stirred. And one thing you can do is add a little bit of nutmeg. Nutmeg is pretty strong, so you want to make sure you don't add too much, just a bit. Unless you really like it.
Load it on there.
Add a little bit of cinnamon, or a lot, because everyone likes cinnamon. And just whisk it in there. And what happens is the cinnamon always clumps, but don't worry about it, because it tastes good.
You say so.
It's flying all over the place. So what you can do is serve it in a bowl with a ladle, like fruit punch. People can serve themselves. And one really nice thing you can do, as I was saying, is garnish it with a little bit of Lindsay's favorite, and just garnish the glass with it, like so, and then take a little bit of cinnamon and sprinkle it on the whipped cream, and you have this really cute glass of eggnog. And I think you like it, so you can start.
Once again with the festive colors, I see.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers to Kelly getting us drunk. You guys even started your Christmas shopping yet?
It's not even December 1st.
I usually leave that to the last minute.
Well, the music's already playing in the malls and the lineups have started. And to reporter Marissa Polowitz, that's just overkill.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
You know, I started to realize that as soon as Halloween is over, I mean literally the second it's over, come like 1 a.m. November 1st, we become super saturated with Christmas commercials, Christmas shows, Christmas music, Christmas specials, Christmas sales, everything having to do with Christmas. The list goes on and on. I mean, since when does Christmas begin in October anyway? It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, what's the deal with that? A lot of the time, the first snow hasn't even hit the freaking ground before I want to pull a Mr. Grinch and steal everyone's freaking Christmas joy.
The last thing I want to do before I've even had the chance to get over everybody's corny Halloween costumes is turn on the television and hear all these Christmas songs that just get stuck in your head as soon as the weather gets cold.
Tell me something. Who exactly does the advertising industry think it's fooling? There is no original Christmas commercial, so stop trying. I've seen way more than my fair share of puppies crawling out of boxes and girls crying at corny Christmas cards. It's like as soon as November gets underway, it's time to avoid the stores, the radio, even the streets. Even on the streets, you can't be at peace. I mean, don't you think we drop enough cash during this time of the year that they shouldn't be begging us to do it before October's even over?
I really don't want to see winter coats, toques, and gloves before fall has even started.
And come on with the radio already. I mean, Christmas holidays must be such a vacation for radio DJs. All they have to do is slip in a CD of Mariah Carey's Christmas crap, press repeat, and walk away. Simple as that. And once you step out of your house, everywhere you go, it's the same freaking version of Deck the Halls or Jingle Bell Rock, whether it's at school or in the mall. And every time I turn on the TV, some new Christmas special is being shoved down my throat. Enough already. Now, don't get me wrong, folks. I'm all for a little bit of holiday warm and fuzzy. But in November? Come on. I love my holiday happiness just as much as the next person. But seriously, folks, everything in moderation. The month of December should definitely be about the holidays, but give us just enough time to get into it. Not so much time that we start to dread it. So next time you catch yourself carving the Thanksgiving turkey in a Christmas hat, step back and think about it. There are 23 fabulous days of December before Christmas comes around for us to get ready for the holidays. Let's not overdo it. For Concordia Reports, I'm Marissa.
You nauseate me, Mr. Grinch.
I've never really found the holidays quite as bad as Marissa, but I know it really bugs some people. We actually took to the streets to see what really tits you guys off about Christmas.
Too many people, smell bad, sweaty people, I don't know, I hate the crowds.
Well, I'm an atheist and I don't really care.
Hysterical consumerism is really depressing.
Un petit ça Noël? Ouais, hein? Pourquoi? Pour les cadeaux? Puis quoi? Puis quoi d'autre? Les sapins de Noël, tout ça, hein? C'est ça? Actually, I cannot answer that I hate Christmas.
90% of the gifts I buy for other people are either unsuitable, inappropriate, unappreciated.
I never really have to wait in lines, because I do all my shopping online.
Well, that's one way to do things. Or you could buy gift certificates, but be careful. There are some things to remember when taking the easy way out. The first thing you can do is be sure to check if there is an expiration date on your gift certificates. Make sure the person you're giving to is aware of that date. If you are the one getting the gift certificates, and you get more than one, keep them all in the same place to avoid losing any. The last but most valuable tip is to remember that malls give out gift certificates that can be used at any store in the mall. That way, if the person you're buying for is a little difficult, they have more stores to choose from.
Thanks, Lindsay. Well, that pretty well wraps up today's show.
Wait, I think I heard Kelly making one more drink in the kitchen.
Okay, so for the last drink, it's really cute and it's called the Mistletoe Martini. So the first thing you're going to do is take 2 martini glasses and a wedge of lemon. And it's easier if you've made a slit in it and you just run it around the edge so it gets all sticky and full of juice. Like this. And then you twist them in a plate full of white sugar. And you run the whole rim of the glass through the sugar. And you can see where we're going with this. It's gonna look like snow. Next thing is, you're gonna take just some ice in a shaker and some vodka. Just an ounce per drink is fine. And we're just putting it in the shaker, not to mix it, but just to make sure that the vodka is really cold. And you're gonna put about an ounce in the glass, so about like that. Then we're going to use spruce beer. You can find it in any supermarket, and there's a lot of more organic and more real, I guess you could say, versions than this one, which is just like a Sprite or something. And it smells just like a Christmas tree. And you add that to the vodka. Just like that. And you're going to take some cranberries, like a tiny handful, and drop them in the bottom, or into the glass. If they're frozen, they'll sink to the bottom more, and when they absorb the vodka, they'll also sink to the bottom. And then you're gonna take spruce sprigs. You should wash them, obviously. I don't think these are really spruce, so you can take any sort of Christmassy looking vegetation and use them, and you just insert them in the drinks, and you have these really pretty drinks called mistletoe martinis.
delicious, Kelly. Well, our fight is almost out. Derek, do you want to say goodbye?
From everyone here at Concordia Reports, have a safe and happy holidays. I'm Derek Allen.
I'm Lindsay Wood. Remember, don't drink and drive. We'll see you next year.
Traffic! You're gonna be stuck in traffic, you!
Christmas joy!
I'm saying it quietly because I don't want everybody else to hear it. It's because we have telekinesis. Oh, so cool.
I can't see. Is that safe? I can't see.